Laker Land, good morning. What is that word? I'm in the building. It's crazy having a Laker platform living in Baltimore because of the time zone. Like, it's ridiculous. I know most of you guys will be catching today's show on the replay. Shout out to playback.tv. As always, shout out to playback. Most of you guys will be catching the today's show on replay because I am streaming so early. We got a meeting within an hour. So I had to come at you guys real quick today, like a machine gun, to try to get a couple things out the way when we talk about, Laker land and what's going on with our Los Angeles Lakers. So shout out to all the supporters. Make sure that you follow the room as you come in to our playback room. Couple topics of discussion today I definitely want to get into. And man, really, I really want to double up because there's a ton of stuff that happened last night around the NBA and evolving around some of the Lakers. But I'm gonna have to kind of spin the block. Maybe we'll come through later on. We was supposed to do the podcast yesterday. I do apologize. We kind of got it behind schedule, but myself, Hank, BA, we will be spinning the block as soon as possible to get the podcast out the way live here on playback. So shout out to you guys for your patience with that. But let's talk about Lakerland, a couple things. This is also an open panel. So for the couple minutes that I do have available, if you guys want to come on up, just send your invite and I got you covered. But let's talk about number one, LeBron winning his MVP for the Olympics, because that really was a big topic of discussion. Does LeBron deserve it because of what we've seen Steph do in those couple games? Steph went off, and I agree. What we got versus Nikola Jokic, as well as Wemby in France, one would argue we would not have been in that position without Steph Curry. So if Steph would have won it, I wouldn't have been surprised because his impact on the those two games was just amazing. And if you take it out, mathematically it says that you lose. But the totality of this tournament in the Olympics, from exhibition to group play up until even the gold medal game, LeBron James has been undeniably, to me, the best player in the Olympics. And he's very deservingly so of the MVP. Steph definitely did his thing, but you can't, it's just iffy. It's very, I would say, opinionated how some people actually gear and measure these accolades and these awards at the, when we talk about at the end of the year or even series awards, because you can have your best player on a team, but if you have a guy who's won 3 out of the 4 games or 2 out of the 4 games in your series that you needed, clearly he's going to be considered the most valuable player. You look at, the whole situation with the Boston Celtics. Most people will say Jason Tatum is the best player on the team. Jaylen Brown got Eastern Conference Finals MVP, if I'm not mistaken, and he got NBA Finals MVP. And it's based upon impact of that series. So, I didn't really disagree with Jaylen getting it. And I don't disagree with LeBron, getting it. But I understand people saying Steph deserved it because without what we saw in those last couple games, yeah, it would have been lights out. But Steph hasn't shown up the entire Olympics. LeBron has shown up for game one, and LeBron has won games for Team USA. LeBron has just played well. He started, I believe, every game. Like, him getting MVP in the Olympics, I feel like it was earned. I feel like it was deserved. I don't feel like this was a situation where as though they gave it to LeBron because he's the elder. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this ain't the NBA. I feel like they went out there and they competed, and he getting people involved, shooting the basketball, keeping people just mentally ready for the moment. We had some of the best players in the world, go out to Paris to play, and in the it seemed like the experience, of course, was kind of new to some, so it was real instrumental that you had the Kevin Durant's, the Steph Curry's, the LeBrons. Everybody say that the NBA has changed, it's a new era, but it was the older guys who won the gold medal for us. Let's be honest. It was the guys who paved the way. It's the guys that been here. It's been the guys who we've said is on their way out the door. Those are the guys who really won this gold medal. And that's not to take anything away from the Anthony Edwards and the Tyrese Halliburtons and of the world, but I think everybody will have their time. I just need more respect put on guys' names like Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, and LeBron James in the now, because everybody act like they has-beens and they've passed their prime. And I'm not trying to compare the NBA to the Olympics, but there are just certain things that you have to be, you can see greatness in. And when you watch them being down to what was it, Slovenia or whoever, the Nikola Jokic team, when they were down by double digits, usually the only way you can make that comeback, you have to have like a Jordan or a Kobe, or you have to have a killer, and fortunately for Team USA, we had a few of them. So I didn't really have any concern, and Steph Curry was one of them. So, I wasn't surprised at all that they was able to get that comeback, but they had to play big time. But, this has been an exciting Olympics overall for men's basketball. Shout out to the women's basketball team. They won gold as well. Um, but I'm interested to see how this Olympic experience will transition and translate into the NBA season, from these players. How well will Devin Booker and KD play now that they've got more time to play, and going into training camp? How much has this experience helped, maybe Jason Tatum as far as being aggressive and wanting to come out to prove a point because of, the situation he had with his minutes? And, how will this affect Tyrese Halliburton? How will it affect LeBron and AD? Those guys put up prime minutes and they put out prime production. Will they start off a little bit gassed? We got to be concerned about that as far as Lakers go. And then, Rui Hachimura, he also played in the Olympics over there with Japan. And, he left early last week and he suffered an ankle injury. So we already have Rui, who is not 100%. Of course, his name has been in trade talks because of his contract, and he's basically, him and D'Angelo Russell, are the biggest assets that the Lakers do have if there's going to be any type of move made outside of that first round pick. But yeah, overall, Lakerland, I do feel like LeBron definitely deserves MVP, not just so much because of what we saw in an Olympic game. It's really more or less just about the totality of this. These guys, and he's won games for these guys. You could tell the best of the best still relied on LeBron James when they needed to make no GOAT James for that. The effect, what will the effect of this Olympics have on the Lakers? I don't know. That's the next thing I want to talk about real briefly here on Lakerland. I'm not sure what the effect is going to have on our team starting the year off. I know we got a roller coaster. We got a coaching staff who's unproven. JJ Staff and his guys are, this thing that they done brought together is new. The roster that we have is very weak. Outside of our starting five, the best players that we really have is guys like Dalton Connect and Jared Vanderbilt. Just being honest. We still haven't gotten a true center to get Anthony Davis and LeBron at their true positions. Anthony Davis and LeBron, of course, like I said, they've been putting out prime production over there in Paris, and Rui, played in the Olympics. I would not be surprised if the start of this season be a real shaky one for the Lakers. We've seen it happen before. Um, what concerns me the most about that this time versus any other time is that we don't have any capital really to look for. Like, there's nothing out there in my eyes that could really make the Lakers better realistically than what they already are or what they have. I believe these guys have to dig deep if they're going to really compete for a championship. But all of the opportunities, all of the possible additions, unless something weird happens with like Steph Curry or Kevin Durant, or Kawhi, like unless something like that happens, the Lakers to me are better off to stand with the guys that they got. I'm willing to at least give JJ Redick that chance and give him that opportunity. Some of these guys got manipulated and they're sabotaged under Darvin Ham. I'm willing to give JJ Redick an opportunity to try to get this thing right with the D'Angelo Russells and the Rui Hachimuras of the world. But if it gets close to the trade deadline, then people are gonna have to go. I'm not mad at that. I don't feel like this is a championship caliber roster, but I don't want the Lakers making mistakes, rushing things. Every time we rush, we wind up taking 2 steps backwards. Y'all remember what happened last time we rushed the big deal? Russell Westbrook. See how that happened. So it's still up for grabs, of course, on what the Olympics, the type of effect the Olympics will have on the Lakers organization by LeBron, AD, and Rui playing. We watch the same thing kind of happen with Austin Reeves in the FIBA tournament last year. Remember, Austin Reeves played in the summer. This was coming off of his, I believe, second year, and he started off very slow. He was not productive, and I credited that to him playing over the summer. Something new to him, I felt, and it didn't look good at first. He even got benched at some point in the season by Darvin Ham. So, I don't see it getting that bad for LeBron and AD and Rui, but Rui's already been hurt. And the more miles and minutes that you put in the legs of LeBron and Anthony Davis is not going to get any better. So you just have to take that in consideration. And then there's nobody else on this team that could step up. Really. We just short. So guys are going to really have to pull it out. And it is a little bit disappointing because you can expect these guys to go through LeBron. If you thought LeBron put out a lot of energy towards this Paris Olympics playing with KD, Steph, and these guys, imagine what's going to happen when they got to go back to their regular team. So I feel like LeBron is going to need a rest, but where's he going to get it? Where's LeBron going to get the rest? Unless he sits out for the All-Star game or something. I don't see him being able to sit out for a substantial amount of games on load management and the Lakers be successful. I don't see it. This roster is not even built to sustain. I know we got Anthony Davis. The starting five I'm cool with. Could be better. But no. For what we really have realistically, we need a lot of work, a lot of help. Last but not least, the starting five. What's the best starting five scenario for the Los Angeles Lakers? I don't know. But because the team is so weak as far as the second unit, I've been kind of campaigning that maybe we should sit Rui Hachimura down, make Rui Hachimura come off of the bench, have that role. Remember Russell Westbrook coming off of the bench when he accepted that role from Darvin Ham? He played pretty well. Russell Westbrook's name before he got traded, he was, if not the most improved player, was a 6-man candidate. He was at the top. He was amongst the top at the time. So Rui, even though he can start, I feel like last year, even though I expected him to play better with LeBron, his numbers were better when LeBron was off the basketball court. So since you don't have any real weapons coming off of the backcourt, coming off that second unit, I probably would really try to get some type of designated five. I don't know what's going on with Dwight Howard. I keep saying the Lakers need to bring Dwight Howard back, for a fourth time. I know that's crazy, but get AD and LeBron at their true positions, and let Rui come off the bench, leading the way, help guide and Dalton connect and Vanderbilt. I think that'll be good for the Lakers because right now the rookie Dalton Connect might skill set wise might be the best the Lakers got coming off the bench. Vando is okay, but that's an availability concern. Gabe Vincent, I'm not sold on him. Bronny still got a lot of work to do. Max Christie, Darvin Ham messed him up. We still waiting to see what we're gonna get out of him. Christian Woods is iffy. Jackson Hayes, I kind of like the upside in Jackson Hayes, but I feel like, man, if the Lakers have not just put Jackson Hayes at the 5, they see something that we don't see. There must be some type of issue that they're not really still sold on, Jackson Hayes. So that's where I stand at with the best starting 5 for the Lakers. I don't feel like there's really no wiggle room, but JJ Redditt, I would consider, letting Rui come off the bench just to give you some firepower coming off of that second unit. Because if the starters are playing slow or off, you have nobody to rely on to help bring you back. At least you could put the ball in Rui's hand. Rui need the bag. Rui ain't got no bag. Rui ain't got no moves, but Rui can at times score the bucket. So that's my thoughts and opinions, Lakerland. Like I said, this was going to be a real brief for most of you guys will be catching today's show on replay because I had to do this so early. We got a meeting in about 30 minutes, so I got to get myself ready to go. More than likely, I'll be back this afternoon on playback. I really wanted to talk about the disrespectful Noah Lyles. He's back at it. He's still talking. He still got Team USA basketball team in his mouth. Pretty interesting story came out about Adidas and Anthony Edwards, and Noah Lyles was involved in that. So I definitely want to tap into that story. But we'll get into that a little bit later on, Lakerland. Shout out to you guys for joining me here on Playback. As always, shout out to Playback TV for providing the platform for Lakerland. And I will catch you guys this afternoon. I got to go ahead and get ready for this meeting. Shout out to you all. Big up to the team, Hank and BA. As always, y'all stay safe, Lakerland, purple and gold skies. Let me know what y'all think about today's topics and discussion. Did LeBron James deserve the MVP over Steph Curry? What do y'all think this effect of playing in the Olympics, Rui Hachimura, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis, what effect will that have on the Lakers at the start of the season? And what would be the best starting 5 for the guys that the Lakers have right now? We basically going in with the same core of D'Lo, Austin Reeves, LeBron, Anthony Davis, Rui, the usual suspects. But because the way this roster looks right now, Lakerland, I would say consider shaking things up. I would say consider bringing Rui off the bench and really go out there and try to get a big man to try to get LeBron and AD to play their true positions in their last years with the Lakers. 7 Mitchell here, man. Like, comment, and subscribe. Catch you guys on the next stream. Stay safe, Lakerland. I am out. Have a good day. Peace.